I am Suzanne LaGrande, and today on We Are All in This Together, I am speaking with Teresa Estrada, who is a personal chef and also a professional seamstress. Could you tell me a little bit about what you do?
I'm a private chef, and my main client is a medical clinic in Corbett called Hai Shan. And I cook at home on Sundays, and then I take all the food to them on Mondays. Also out at Trout Lake Abbey, they have, it's a retreat center. It's a Buddhist monk temple, and they have all kinds of retreats. So I was scheduled to do a 10-day retreat that got canceled. I was scheduled to do a Reiki retreat that got canceled, and I was scheduled to do a Qigong retreat that got canceled. So that's a lot of income. I also have two clients locally, one here across from Grant High and one in Milwaukee, that I cook for and deliver food to, and they are both elderly. So I am considered essential. So I still have half my income. So I can still function, and I still go to the stores and be out and do that kind of stuff. But personally, I stay busy, but I am very sad about all the retreats because the retreats are what I love the most.
Although you have less clients right now, you're doing pretty much the same thing that you did before. Is that right?
That's correct. But one different thing is for my two clients, I just drop the food off at their door. I don't go in the house. At Hai Shan, as soon as I walk in, I take my Lysol handy wipes and I wipe every surface that I'll be touching. And I wear gloves. And I ask them not to come into my area of the kitchen. The dining room is separate. That's on the other side of this big, huge island. The island is probably 8 feet by 4 feet. And I wear gloves. So, and when I leave, I sterilize everything again. So, things have changed. It's not business as usual. And I'm hyper aware because I need my space to be clean. Every time I walk in my house, I take the Lysol wipes and I start at my front door. I wipe every surface that I'm going to be touching. And then when I get in my car, I do the same thing. I wipe everything in my car that I'm touching. So, and I wear gloves. So I need to make sure that I'm safe so that I can keep providing nutritious, delicious food for my clients, and that I won't be, they can trust me and feel safe of the measures that I'm taking.
I know that you have been working on sewing masks for medical personnel. Could you talk a little bit about that and how you got into that?
Well, I think it was Wednesday. It was either last Tuesday or Wednesday. The CDC put out a desperate plea for anybody who had a sewing machine and who had sewing skills to make masks for the medical community. And it was very specific, and they posted a video of a woman making a mask. It was very simple, very easy, 6 inches by 9 inch rectangle with 3 pleats on each side and 1/4 inch elastic to go around the ear. I'm a seamstress. I'm an accomplished seamstress. I've made wedding dresses, suits, bridesmaid dresses. I can pretty much make anything. And so when I heard that, I thought, oh, this is something I can help. I can help in a movement that can help the medical community. And then so many opposing arguments on Facebook and opposing arguments for and against. I've seen so many messages saying, yes, we need the masks. Yes, somebody will pick up the mask. There'll be a designated location. Yes, all this. And then others saying, no, nobody's going to use them. Nobody wants them. Stop making them. And then I saw another one. Yes, we need them. Keep making. So I don't know what to do. I have 50s cut out, and I'm basically waiting for a huge order of elastic to come in tomorrow. So I'm going to make those 50. And when I was at the fabric store, I talked to 2 biochemists that work in the medical field, and they found a fabric to put in between the 2 layers, because the CDC said, just do 2 layers. That's better than nothing. It's better that they have something on their face than nothing. Well, these biochemists found the fabric. They did research and found that Tyvek, which is the fabric used to make those suits, was available. There was a bolt there at the fabric store. So I said, are you going to buy the whole bolt? And they said, we'll buy 10 yards. And I said, okay, I'll take a few. and the woman behind me wanted a few, so we split it. And I have that to make. I think I have enough to put in 25 masks. So those masks will be dedicated for people in the medical community, and then I'll make the other masks maybe to have on hand if for personal use. You know, if somebody needs masks, at least they'll be made. But I really don't know how it's going to affect the medical community. I was hoping that they would be able to use them, but now I'm not so sure. So I'm still making them. I still want to help where I can, but I'm just not sure it's going to be originally what I thought it was going to be.
So there's a lot of fear and uncertainty at the
Yes.
moment concerning everything about the pandemic. I'm wondering, have you found any particular ways to cope and keep yourself moving forward despite these fears?
Well, I tried to not choose fear. I've tried to just choose to be safe, to make myself safe, keep myself safe, do everything I can. My neighbors that live very close to me, tell them to be safe because they're younger. They're in their 20s and early 30s, and they worked at a bar, but of course bars have closed, so they're unemployed. But I just want them to be safe. I wasn't fearful until I went to Whole Foods yesterday, the day before, and the shelves were empty. And then I got a little bit panicky and a little bit, oh my gosh, what's happening? Because it was another step towards almost like apocalyptic approach, thinking. Because why are our shelves empty? And so that was the first time that I felt a little bit of anxiety. Otherwise, I just feel like if I'm doing everything I can to sterilize and be safe and, do the social distancing. I did go on a hike the other day, which was very healing. I highly recommend, but now they've closed the parks because people weren't social distancing. They were, gathering in large groups as soon as all of this happened last week. And the mayor and the governor said, we're suggesting stay-at-home, shelter-in-place, but it's not an order yet. So when that happened, all the people were laid off. They went to the beach and went to the parks, and we're still gathering in big, huge groups. And I thought, oh, my gosh. So when I went on this hike, there were only 4 people on the hike. It was beautiful. I loved it. And I thought, I'm going to go on a hike every few days. But now the parks are closed. So I've been walking in my neighborhood, and I live very close to Williams. So Williams was also quite apocalyptic with nobody around. It's a big bicycle thoroughfare, and it's a very busy thoroughfare street. And it's usually parked with so many cars that me as a neighbor, if I want to go visit any of those businesses, I need to walk because there's never any parking. Well, there was nobody parked. And so it just is very eye-opening to see what's really happening. You can almost pretend that it's not happening. If you're sheltering in place and you're staying home, you can almost pretend, oh, I'm just hanging out at home. It's my day off. But then when you see those things, it really kind of strikes a little bit of fear because it's the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. And then we didn't have a leader in the White House that knows how to handle this or deal with it. And that's probably the most fearful thing for me, is that our country is in peril and that guy doesn't know what the heck he's doing. So that's probably the most fearful thing for me is for our country. I think the community will be okay, but the country, I don't know.
A lot of people are saying that we probably will not go back to the same normal that we had before. Do you have a sense of what good might come out of this situation?
Well, humanity, we as a humanity are good people. I think that I don't like that we're so distant. I think the bad thing that will come out is that we will be so disconnected from people because everything's a Zoom chat now, or everything's a Google chat, or everything's streaming this and streaming that. I don't know what good will come out of it, because if we can't go to the theater and see Broadway or see musicals or see the symphony or see, that that is what we thrive on, is human connection and human contact. And I don't know what good will come out of it. It just seems like right now only the negative will come out of it, because already the youth of our country and the youth of the world are so attached to their devices that you'll see a picnic table with 6 or 8 kids, and they're not communicating to each other. They're on their phones texting to each other. So that's already happened. Just imagine now if we don't have human contact, how bad that will be. We'll just be in pods.
If you were talking to somebody in a different place in the world, would there be anything you would want to tell them?
Like I said, I'd say just be safe, stay safe, do what everybody tells you to. Wash your hands, and let's see if we can get to the other side of this. It's just such an unknown for everybody, for the government, for the community, for the world. It's such an unknown. Everybody's saying it's so unprecedented. We've never seen this in their lifetime. I was listening to podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts, which I love. And one woman, she's 75, and she said she's never seen this in her lifetime. And so that's the scary thing. And like I said, I don't want to go into the side of fear. I just want to do whatever I can to help my community and help get over the peak and flatten the curve and move forward and get through it. You know, the whole toilet paper thing, oh my gosh, I still haven't been able to buy toilet paper. And as a chef, I go to the store many times a week, and I checked 5 different stores on one day, and there's no damn toilet paper. So, you know, it's just things like that can open my eyes to a little bit of fear, because it's such a drastic change from a week ago. You know what I mean? And that is one thing I am seeing is people are willing to help their community. On Next Door Neighbor, which is where I asked to get elastic for people, people were willing to drop it off to me. I saw somebody, there's an IT guy on Next Door Neighbor that says, I'm willing to help you for no money. Just give me toilet paper or pay it forward somehow. And I saw another message saying, if anybody needs groceries, let me know. I'm healthy. I can bring you groceries. So that is something that's good, is seeing how people are willing to help when, you know, maybe a week ago you would never see that. You know, people move on with their lives, business as usual. So that is something good, that the community coming together and willing to help.
I am Suzanne LaGrande, and this is We Are All in This Together.